Hey, what's up guys, Hans here. In today's video, I will show you how I cleaned up one of my properties which I'm renting myself in order to make more room for renting out shipping containers on this property. In particular, I will show you exactly what kind of stuff was on the property and how I got rid of it all. Also, I will show you how I prepared the ground to be able to put more shipping containers on it. If you are thinking about setting up your own self-storage business and renting out shipping containers, stay until the end of the video. But before we start off, if you're interested in this subject, make sure to subscribe to this channel as I will be posting a lot more videos in the coming weeks and months. Alright guys, let's get it started. As you might have heard me talk about in the last couple of videos, I have been running a side hustle in which I rent out storage space. In particular, I'm using standard shipping containers which are set on properties and which I then rent out to small firms or private persons. Now, let's first talk about why I'm cleaning up this site. Over the past weeks and months, I have convinced my friend that we should clear the site to be able to rent out more shipping containers. And I estimate that we can put at least an additional 5 20-foot containers onto this property and several additional smaller ones, such as this one. And by that, I estimate that we can generate an additional revenue of anywhere between 600 and 1,000 euros per month. Since my friend and I want to rent them out together this time, and that was his condition in order to get rid of all of this stuff, especially all of the paving stones which are set on the property, we are founding a new company together. And since his property overall is pretty large, I expect that we can expand this business further and put even more containers on his property over time. But we'll see. Now, just to provide some context, I do have 2 properties on which I put these containers. If you're interested in what these properties look like, check out this video here. In this video, I also talked about property number 1, which is the property I'm cleaning up now, and which I'm also renting from a friend of mine. In this video, you saw that there is still a lot of stuff laying around, such as large wooden beams, pallets of materials such as paving stones, and so on. Unfortunately, the pallets started to fall apart over time, and you had to pick up each individual paving stone to not have them laying around on the property. And as my friend has decided to not use the paving stones for his property, we have decided to get rid of them and to actually sell them so that we could put more shipping containers on the property. And that's what we did. The paving stones were quickly sold on a website similar to Craigslist in the US, and therefore we had to prepare them for transportation. And that's why last Friday, my buddy and I have gotten rid of the small hut we built with leftovers, and we prepared the pallets of paving stones to be transported with a large truck, which we ordered. And oh boy, that was really a lot of work. As I mentioned before, the pallets were in bad condition, and once we tried to lift a pallet of paving stones, it often just fell apart, leaving us with a pile of paving stones, which we had to put on a new pallet by hand. Overall, we had roughly 45 different pallets, which we then had to prepare for transportation. And because it was so much work, the next day we had another couple of people help us, and with their help, we were able to get rid of all of the pallets and other stuff. At the end of the day, the area was almost completely clear, and we were then able to take out the more or less small plants which just grew over time. Next, we just had to prepare the ground so that it's leveled accordingly. Therefore, we used our wheel loader and shovel to straighten out all of the piles of paving material. And then we made it an even surface. And after that, we used a vibrating plate to even it out more and to tighten the material. In the end, we prepared the area so that we could easily put the 4 or 5 20-foot containers on it. And for this, we heaped up small piles of split stones, which are essentially just small rocks, for each of the 4 corners for each shipping container. And then we leveled it out accordingly. Then we put stone slabs on each of the piles, and with that, the foundation for our containers was ready. So what else did we need then? You guessed it, the shipping containers themselves. In a previous video, I have been talking about how I often buy used shipping containers on sites like Craigslist. If you're interested in the video in which I describe each step you have to go through to set up your own self-storage business, check out this video here. So anyways, I tried to find used shipping containers on a site similar to Craigslist. In Germany, it's called eBay Kleinanzeigen. And I found a seller, which was a small firm in the area, which was selling 2 shipping containers. And the best part of it all, they weren't that expensive and they were actually in a really good condition. On the bottom part of the white shipping containers, there are some rusty parts, but that's not going to be a problem. The other container is also in a really good condition, and that is actually an insulated container, which is also good for storage space. But for renting out the container, keep in mind that the insulated containers usually have these smaller doors, as you can see in this picture. So anyways, these 2 shipping containers will be delivered to our property within the next 1 or 2 weeks. If you're interested in how this delivery process works, make sure to subscribe to this channel, as I will be making another video about the delivery of these 2 shipping containers. Alright guys, that's the property update for this week. If you're interested in this topic and what the property will look like in the next few weeks, again, subscribe to this channel. Also, if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button below. Are you thinking about setting up your own self-storage business? Then leave a comment below and tell me where you want to set it up. I really hope you enjoyed this week's video. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.